Alright everybody, hello and good evening. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Am I coming through okay? Alrighty, let's make sure everything is properly synced because I just set it back to the switch from a PS5. So let's make sure. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Probably off. Action first, but try again. Okay. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Takes action first. Action first, that means the sound is too delayed. So let's bring it down to 1000. Alright, let's try it now. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Alright. So, before we get things started, I'm going to let you guys know I do have my trip coming up. I'll be leaving at the end of this week, probably like Thursday night or Friday morning. So, I'm only going to be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All 3 of those nights, it's just going to be Ace Attorney. We're going to try and get as far as we can. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish the game or not. At the very least, we should be able to finish Turnabout Goodbyes. Because I know there's a 5th episode, and I don't know how long that one's going to take me. But it's all going to be just Phoenix Wright this week. So let's get to it. Alright, so where did we leave off? 5th episode is okay. That's what I thought, so we're not going to be getting into separate ways just yet. Oh yeah, that's right. We met that old guy who might have been involved in the DL6 incident. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Morrow's Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who's the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements. Not so fast, Judge! I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction! Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now! Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what's the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I call my witness now. I'm already screwing up my voice. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Witness, state your profession. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant at Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please, testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is.
Objection!
Wait a minute. I called my witness and set him in defense mode, ending my turn. Yu-Gi-Oh! Law Edition. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I had predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. Witness will state his name. Oh. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? Memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony, shall we? Witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant, rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang, yep. What kind of kangaroo court is this? When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating down the lake. And I heard another bang. Just about then the boat came back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before the 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright? What do you say? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Scooby? Where's on Karma? 3 minutes just passed! Alright, I see. Well then, let us just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness.
Hold it!
Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yeah. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Huh? What? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. Yep. You see? Continue. I'm just gonna get right to the point.
Hold it!
By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? No, the fog was pretty darn big, but he was right in front of me. Right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. I know Von Karma. He spent time preparing his witness. I'm not gonna find contradictions very easily in this testimony. It's tough being a lawyer. Where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly? Yep. At the time, that is. At the time. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yep. That's what Lada said in their testimony yesterday. Wrong button. Your Honor. Okay, nope, that's not it. I need to save scum. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said I can't believe he's dead, so he's walking by too. Witness, are you sure that person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him that Edgeworth was! This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. You lured me into a cross-examining so you could set me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial's gonna be over.
Objection!
Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing the man firing with his left hand. Exactly. This is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do?
Objection!
Your Honor, this witness claims that Edward said, "I can't believe he's dead," but his word is all we have. If you were telling a lie, Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize this, even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please? Can you hear me, sis? Please? We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. Should have gone with 7 minutes. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Fair enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation for the facts. What? No! This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh shit. The accused will surrender. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held in pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. Court is adjourned. Wait! Who does it now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I'm trying to make him. Why is his eye twitching? I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Remember what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you have already given your decision. This trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, there's another witness. It is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure that no mistakes have been made, every witness should be heard.
What is this?
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now.
What?
The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
Butts to the rescue. Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry's at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Huh?
You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh.
When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now.
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out on the boat in the lake. I was looking for something, or I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. That's Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Then looked out over at the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
That was unusually vague an unusually vague testament even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's gonna say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
Hold it!
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There were so many things wrong, I don't even know where to begin.
Ah,
Well, okay, first of all, what time is it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out on the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? Save scum.
Hold it!
Looking for something? Yeah.
Mr. Butts, what was it that you were looking for?
What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop dock. Actually, let's press it back up.
Hold it!
Around what time is that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12.
Yeah. Not sure.
Hey, don't give me that face! I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Didn't you make a clock? Objection! Witness's last name is too silly to be used in this court.
Hold it!
Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know.
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked.
Hold it!
Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Order! Order! Oh, Mr. Butts.
Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Okay, no problem. That is just the most important part of this case.
Hold it!
So, you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should start working on the contradictions. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister.
Objection!
Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Huh?
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else. My radio, dude. With my headphones. What?
Order, order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you are listening to the radio with your headphones.
Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than the lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include the details like your radio.
Right. Leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this. Believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. And that's how I was listening to all request shows on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
You're listening to your radio at a high volume?
Yeah. What's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge,
can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio.
Fair enough. It is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ?
An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is that when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine this witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. First of all, didn't you have a girlfriend?
Hold it!
So you turned on the radio. Right! I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You know what it's like out there. Alone. On Christmas Eve. Alone! I shouldn't have said anything.
Hold it!
Do you by chance remember the name of the program you're listening to?
This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night?
Safe scum.
Hold it!
What did she say? She?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. All the question, if you see someone, if you see some reason why we should care.
We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, hmm?
Fine. Very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There's one gleaming ray of hope in there. Gotta press it until we get to the bottom of what happened.
Hold it!
Are you sure? Of course I am. She said she had this real sexy voice. Anyways, maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. It said almost Christmas, which means it wasn't midnight.
Objection!
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph here is irrefutable proof of this fact.
Let's see. The time was taken on the photo when the gun was triggered. But let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Mr. Hart's camera. December 25th. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day.
This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard two gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
Could have been the second shot. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing.
I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me the evidence that there was a gunshot before midnight.
Take that!
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. This is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve.
Indeed. It would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Does Hart testify that she heard the gunshots after midnight?
Hey, tough! Thank you for the raid. How was the rest of RE4? Did you survive the bugs? Beat Ramon, so I'd say, oh wow, you got to Ramon already? That was quick. Nice. Okay, so you're at the island chapter now. You're 2/3 of the way. Nice, very nice. Anyways, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Things went fast once I stopped being anxious about that. Yeah, you were taking your time with that, but yeah, you managed to kill him too. It took me a hot minute to try and beat him. But yeah, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I'm playing some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and doing the best I can at voice acting. I did kill him, but it was scary. Well, it is Resident Evil, so of course it's gonna be scary. Alright, what was I?
Ms. Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them.
Why would this be?
Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear.
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please share the court evidences if you have any.
Wait, what are we proving? That it was a gunshot? Now this was contradictions. He said she heard 2 just after midnight. So this had to be something else. He should have kept the air tank. Damn. Did I save scum? I don't think I did. I like completely flew over my head what I was trying to prove. I think it was like that it was a gunshot, but there's no... We're gonna do this to see what happens.
Take that!
That it was a gunshot? Okay.
That's right. Is that a smirk I see?
Your Honor. Sorry, I wasn't really sure about the evidence.
Don't show us evidence you aren't confident in, Mr. Wright. I'll ask you again.
Okay, proof that it was a gunshot. At 11:50. Okay, so. No, that just proves that there was a loud sound. Third shot.
Take that!
This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses testified who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now I realize the truth. That the third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order, order. Now, what makes sense of the evidence we've seen so far? However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen on that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Uh-oh. I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Do you? Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. Oh. What do you mean? Maya! Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right? I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor.
That's Mr. Wright.
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So, you finally realized the truth. There could be no other murderer than than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15 after midnight. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. The murderer and Hammond. There was a murderer and Robert Hammond. What are you saying? That contradicts what you just told the court. You said that Robert Hammond had been killed 25 minutes before this gunshot. Yes, that's right.
Also, might I mention, the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth, has admitted to being on that boat.
Okay, so it would be the murderer and it. Right, Your Honor. Crash and burn.
Mr. Wright, your client has already been declared guilty once. I'm gonna have to penalize you for this foolishness.
I'll ask you again. Explain who the two men on the boat are, Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at Lynn 50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
What? Are you serious?
Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Ludicrous!
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Right, it's, Safe scum. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know?
Bah! Again, you waste my time! I don't know because he never told us. Oh. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At Lynn 50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the lake all the way out? Blech. Why would he have to go all the way out in the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest the real scene of this crime was not on a boat.
What?
Well then, where did the murder take place?
Take that!
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection!
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night he was out on the lake on the boat searching for something. He finds it and returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he just returned the boat?
The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start from the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got into the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol, Mr. Wright?
Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit, and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men in the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't note the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. Boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put on Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired on that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. Boat shop caretaker, quickly.
Let me get my other drink. Should have gotten water.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said?
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir.
Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
Oh, excuse me. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
What?
What should I do?
Find him! Quickly! We cannot allow him to get away.
That happened.
Mr. Von Kammer, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I can't declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this child. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Yeah, well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
What about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us.
I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Huh? Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile a little. Relax.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you, but to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
Wait, did he fire the gun in the elevator? What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it, not Edgeworth.
Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on! Tell me the truth. Was it like love at first? It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Uh-huh, me? Well, it's been making my heart skip a beat or two.
I think you could do better than that.
Come on! I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me, yeah! Bow before your hero.
Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, the boat shop caretaker is pretty suspicious, but Angie ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty, well, edgy. I mean, can you really tell? Well, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is I'm not going to believe in you. I'm going to believe in you two until the end.
Us two? And Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick! Why do you trust Mr. Edwards so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when you first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes. But the music changed. In grade school, they saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Yeah, sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh. I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared. With $38 still inside. Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. And I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as a defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty! He did it! Guilty, it was you! Thief! Give the money back! You're such a meanie! Pouring my eraser. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. That's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? This kid was at 3rd grade. Who dresses like this in the 3rd grade? $38. Hope he's using it for DoorDash. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But, Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? That's how it always is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I'll replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they thought it was... if I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I kind of took it personally, you see. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. And then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. And several years later, when I heard Edgeworth's name again, there was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something about the dark suspicions of the demon attorney. Oh, excuse me. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he became who he became. That was time for the punishment. Yeah, except when they're not gonna kill one of the kids. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain and no one is on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember I'd say it doing for free. Aw, Nick! 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 You have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. And it very well may be. First is that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Okay, so what do we don't have? Oh, we took a lot of stuff. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, alright. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth didn't, you know? That trial was a real reason was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Does no one remember? Have they all been from the same orphanage but forgot about the OG? Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, that does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me. And you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes. The man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been in sound of mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. None were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! There's no time, now's no time to praise that enemy, Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. I probably shouldn't. Nick, no! That's the photo of his father, don't show him that. You're right. Probably isn't a good time to dredge up on those memories. What is it? Nothing. Huh? It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow? Could that be coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Why is this here? When does he work anyway? No, don't be harsh. Guess I'll have to come back later. Hey, pal. Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore! Oh, it looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. Guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. This sure likes to cause problems, doesn't it? Huh? I mean, everything that happened here turned out to be a lie. Gordy was a lie. The charges against Mr. Edgeworth were all lies. I guess you're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. He was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. True. We owe him big. Alright. Okay, so we can't go into the... That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem! Huh? I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Ah! Hello! What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? The days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That's true, yes. Well, from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. He does. He has a very immaculate mustache. Whoa! What do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. Hmm? If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Great, a cosplay I can't do in the opposite direction. I'm too skinny for it. Oh, there's always fat suits. Although it would cost a pretty penny. Nobody's home. Hello? Hello? Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello? I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello? Hello? What a parrot. Oh yes, it's that, That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw. But, hey. He keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick! Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond, how to frame Edgeworth, and calling Edgeworth out on the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written the letter? And what does that mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him, or burned it. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he came back here after the trial. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Looks expensive. Maybe we should break out the Detective Gumshoe. Don't you think that caretaker would mind? Well, we can't just leave him. We can just leave him a metal detector in exchange. Maybe we better not. Say, Nick, don't people usually put fish up on the wall? Wait, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. Should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away was us from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Well, I feel like we're having two different conversations here. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police would know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. seemed like he used his kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling me the truth? Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn this heater on. Guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. There we go. He's not here? Where the hell is he? Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gone back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching you if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Edgeworth, you see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge. On me. Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant that you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. 2 men. Meaning myself and Robert Hammond? It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations of DL6. Oh, that's Phoenix. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait. That old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yep, called it. Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Let's see if he's in now. Nope. Nope. That's what I was supposed to do. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. wake was incredibly strong. Hey, boo-boo! Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and darkness closed in on us in that little box. It became unsettled. Hell, can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. Eh. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling, an unfamiliar ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed in court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that has been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing and the dark. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What? What are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. Then I see the pistol laying by my feet. I don't know if it was the evidence from that day in the court with the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Oh. Oops. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. There's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick! There is someone who knows about DL6. You finally see Grossberg? There we go. Mr. Grossberg.
Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My.
Just calm down and tell me what's happening. It's Mr. Edgeworth. He...
I see. So, Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream. Only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled,
Well...
Also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
No. I don't believe it.
Yogi was suspected of murder. In the case, his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course. The statute of limitations so close.
What do you know about Edward's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Maya Fey, or Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost. And died in despair, as it were.
I see.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on the spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I'm Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. Ooh. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet, Yogi was found innocent.
That's why my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it.
Oh, I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edward's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, not one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man. Socially, he was ruined.
Huh?
You'll understand soon enough.
Wait, what is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. Long time ago.
Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Perfect handwriting, Mr. Manfred von Karma. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma, Von Karma. Oh, wait! You're right, my boy! This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it! I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means... the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred Von Karma himself! What does this mean, then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Gregory Edgeworth? He's a gifted man. I wonder what could have become of Von Karma were he were alive. If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press to the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. But I do know that both Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. Maybe seeking to satisfy his grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. I'm blinded by the light. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. Yeah, I'd love to go to Europe. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. If you wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. Who's that who followed? I don't know, my mini feed isn't coming up. It's not showing up in the chat either. Oh, Juice! Oh, thank you for the follow! Why did that show up? Weird. mean, I heard the notification, so I'm guessing it showed up on the stream. Yeah, we'll keep going. But yeah, thank you for the follow, Juice. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials, huh? There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if you could check out the records room again. Well, no, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived actually. Nick, let's hurry. Dusty as always. They were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking at it recently. The label says unsolved cases evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6 is completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Von Karma! You! How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? Well, Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? Ahem. I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy's Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But what I don't get is, why'd you take a son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. You were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up the L6 in court tomorrow. I feel like this is a stupid idea. Mr. Gon Karma, have a look. Is this your handwriting, sir? Hmm? This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick! What is that thing? Uh-oh. A stun gun. Or self-defense. Usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000. Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now, give me the letter. No! No! Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Ah! Did you just zap Maya? Maya! Out of my way! Ah! He got us. The letters gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya! She okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh. Yeah, are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. No good as a lawyer, or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. Wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Huh? Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. We got another half hour. Let's keep going. Final day. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! What's the big deal? What's the big idea? Sorry, dude. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock was worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Edward's looking glum as always. Hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? I'm sorry. Just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Oh, is she like zapping everybody? Maya. Maybe you should go outside and discharge. Phrasing. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Warrior, pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear, I promise I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready.
Right. Very well. We've reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence.
Understood. Come on, don't awe silence by every little thing he says.
Very well. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost his memory of his name and identity.
Witness, why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony.
Huh? Huh? I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is.
Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it.
Hold it!
I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and you realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there is no need to rush to such conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmet, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. We only had them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning? Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kinda got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he said he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Mr. Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see. So it was lost.
Please, Your Honor. Please come to your senses.
Hold it!
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise he's going to be the same thing over and over until this trial ends. First things first, I have to prove this man is who he is. Do that, and the motive will prove itself.
Hold it!
Then why did you do it? He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes.
Objection!
Alright, we'll try the bird.
Objection! Objection!
Nope. The bird?
Objection!
Let's reload.
Objection! Hold it!
You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. Then how could you know you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, hmm? You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that little codger's head? It's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, but witness please continue?
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been saying the same thing over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory the past. Been calling the witness's memory the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have to do anything with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor. Ho ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar.
Oh! Yanni Yogi from the TO6 incident. I figured the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
What does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how would you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove he's Yanni right here, right now. And I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on the file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers while working with the stuff, and yep.
What? Yanni, Yogi, you sneak. Print your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Oh, the witness has no fingerprints. I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case had been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. No, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify who this is, who this witness is. No one! Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you would like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, hmm? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Order. What do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object!
Objection!
Wait a second. You were the only one who suggested I cross-examine. You're the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you are so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes out of it, I hope you are ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'll promise to break every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Ahem. Very well. Witness, who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Hello? Hello?
Certainly the most concise testimony you had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya?
Hold it!
Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something? Huh? Don't forget the 06. I can get Polly to say that here. That would prove that the caretaker had something to do with the 06. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello? Hello? Huh? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something. Something we forgot. Hello? Hello? Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond if we asked if we've forgotten something? Well...
Objection!
God dang it.
Objection!
Oh, come on.
Hold it!
We should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name? Polly, huh?
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that that parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Yes, it does.
Ha!
fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof of the parrot's name reveals that the caretaker's identity is...
Take that!
Nope.
Hold it!
Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot. Well...
Objection! Objection!
Alright. Where's this put us at? I need to make sure that we're, Okay, so... I want to move up just ahead to where we're actually, cross-examining Polly. But we're going to stop here for the night. I need to give my voice a rest, because we're going to be doing this for 2 more days. So, yeah. We'll put a bookmark on this. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for joining me tonight. And yeah, we're going to continue this both Tuesday and Wednesday before I go on my little trip. But yeah, that's the plan. No control this week. I won't come back until, well, what is that? The 16th, I think? Yeah, the 16th was a Monday. So we'll come back with our usual schedule until then. At least that's the plan. But on that, thank you all for joining me tonight. Thanks to 98 Tough Love for the raid, and also to Juices TV for the follow. Anyways, you can catch them if I know how to type it right on the first link here, because that will take you to the Lazy League Discord. There you can be able to catch them when they stream. Tough was just streaming some Resident Evil 4 earlier, and Juice also streams regularly on the actually I don't even think he's even in the Discord, but he shows up in our feed when he streams, so you can be able to catch him there. But you can also catch the rest of us, such as Oh Hey My K, the Bat Gwyn, and Gummed Off the Gray, and many others. A lot of fun stuff that goes on there. Watch parties, D&D talks, tabletop gaming, online gaming, a lot of events that goes on. Batgwyn holds monthly events between the members of the Discord. Last month We did some like stuff for Terraria and some others. I'm kind of blanking here, but this month I kind of set us up for like Ghost versus Ghouls, and I think we're gonna be doing some Phasmophobia sometime this month. So that's gonna be interesting because I actually had that game. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming it though, considering it's a PC game and it probably won't be able to stream properly. But anyways, I digress. A lot of fun stuff that goes on there. Come hang out with us. Come be lazy with us. The second link will take you to the sister site for this channel, where you can be able to find more info on other upcoming streams that I have planned, as well as others, as well as my archive of all the past streams that I've done. And if you got any questions, comments, concerns that you would like me to know about, or any suggestions that you might have for me for future Let's Plays of Retro Nights, head on over to the contact page and shoot the mouse over there. Excuse me. Also, scroll down below or off to the side, depending on which platform you're watching from, to also find the Twitter link to keep in touch with me, as well as other links to help support the channel, and many other streamers who aren't connected or affiliated with the Lazy League that I personally like to watch and follow. Check them all out whenever you can. They're all great. And again, thank you for joining me tonight for this return to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for more of this. Will I be able to solve the case? We'll find out. Till then, anyways, I will catch you guys tomorrow for more Phoenix Wright. Till then, take care, love and hype. I was saving it for a particular scene, but you're not there yet. Oh, okay. Something to keep a lookout for. Anyways, take care, love and hype. Life is good until someone brings up a Berserk Ava on you. Y'all have a good night.